Thursday, mostly sunny with a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-90s. West winds 5 to 15 miles an hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the lower 70s. West winds up to 10 miles an hour. And now the extended forecast for the radio listening area. Friday and Friday night, mostly clear. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the lower 90s. Lows in the lower 60s. Saturday and Saturday night, clear. Highs in the mid-80s. Lows in the upper 50s. Sunday and Sunday night, mostly clear. Highs in the mid-80s. Lows in the lower 60s. Monday and Monday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the lower 90s. Lows around 70. Tuesday and Tuesday night, mostly clear. Highs in the upper 90s. Lows in the mid-70s. The current time is 8:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time weather conditions across north-central Kentucky. At Frankfort, it was sunny. The temperature was 92 degrees, the dew point 74, and the relative humidity 55%, producing a heat index of 101. The wind was southwest at 10 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.97 inches and steady. At Lexington, it was sunny. The temperature was 93 degrees, the dew point 72, and the relative humidity 50%, producing a heat index of 101. The wind was west at 6 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.99 inches and steady. At Louisville, it was mostly sunny.
Alrighty, guys, what is up, my friends? Hope y'all are having a wonderful day here for tonight. Hope you guys are doing all right. So we're doing an update on the tropics for you guys here live for today. If you guys have any questions, you know you guys can shoot out a comment anytime you guys would like. So we're here for, we're not going to be doing a severe weather coverage for today. However, tomorrow we will be, for sure, my friends. Hope y'all are doing great. Glad to have you guys here again. Let's go and see who is here in the chat. What's up, my friend? Storm Chaser, I see you're there, as well as Berlinda. What's up? Where is this, California? This is not in California, just letting you know right now. Donovan says, hi, Andrew. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you guys here for today. Jan, what's up? Let's go see Mia and Jakey. What's up, you guys? Hope y'all are doing all right. Glad to have you guys here for today. So I tell you what, my friends, let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. We really have a bit to talk about here, okay? So currently we are watching ourselves our second tropical system here in the Eastern Pacific. This is Tropical Storm Blast, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you, but it is B-L-A-S. I'm going to call it Blast. So that's Tropical Storm Blast. This is the second tropical system we've had here in the Eastern Pacific here. So here we go. Moving on down here just south of Mexico. There you go. That's Tropical Storm Blast here. Currently clocking in at 50 miles per hour with a central low pressure of 1,000 millibars. It's definitely dropping here too. It is expected to become a hurricane. It is indeed expected to become a hurricane. We're going to talk about that here in a second and everything like that. But anyways, guys, hope y'all are doing great. Glad to have you guys here. It's going to see Blas. I think is how you pronounce this. Is Donovan. Blas, maybe? I don't know. Blast, Blas, whatever. But that's what we're talking about here. Let's go and see. So hope you guys are doing great. Aaron says hello. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Jordy. What's up, you guys? Justin. What's up, all of y'all? Mario. What's up, you guys? Hope y'all are having a great day here for today. Hope you guys have been... having a great day here so far. So we have a bit to talk about here in regard to, honestly, I think we're going to touch up on a little bit of severe weather towards the end of the live stream here. Not what's actively going on, but what we're going to see here for tomorrow. Because tomorrow's severe weather is actually going to be quite interesting as well. We're going to be discussing the tropics. Obviously, we're going to go over everything here in both the Atlantic and in the Pacific. Because yes, there is possibility we could see an Atlantic storm as well. We're going to talk about that here right now. So I tell you what, my friends, let's go ahead and just shoot on over here to the tropics. Let's actually start off here with the Eastern Pacific since we're already talking about it. So here we go. We actually have our tropical view up here right now. You know what, guys? I think I might as well actually, let's just move this over. I think we probably get a better view coming through here. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Here's the tropics. Here's actively what we are watching. We have two different systems we are monitoring here in the Eastern Pacific. Obviously, we have Blas or Blast, however you want to pronounce that. right here directly just south of central Mexico. Like I said, this is 1,000 millibars. It's definitely, still strengthening. That pressure is rapidly dropping, clocking in here as of 4 o'clock p.m. Central Time. This is 5 o'clock, so this is really just about 3 hours ago. We got the latest report coming through here, advisory number 3 on this system. And this is actually showing us, hey, you know what? This thing is strengthening and is moving to the north at 5 miles per hour. Relatively slow. It's pretty much, kind of stalling, but it is expected to take a northwesterly approach here, as we're about to see here in a second. So, currently clocking in, like I said, at 50 miles per hour, sustained winds, but, with higher gusts, obviously, being persistent here. But that is what we are watching here. So let's go ahead and zoom on into this. So it does look like I said, this thing is expected to achieve hurricane status here by tomorrow. Actually, here today's Tuesday. So by tomorrow, around kind of a little bit afternoon, it is kind of expected to become a Category 1 hurricane. We are going to continue to watch this here pretty closely. We're going to be doing, additional every single day from here on out. Whenever there's any tropical systems, guys, we're doing a live stream at 8 o'clock every single time there is a tropical system out in the Atlantic or the Pacific, because we want to give you guys coverage. We want to make sure you guys are staying up to date with this because, obviously, like I said, the tropics is something to watch out for too. Not just the severe weather in the U.S., but obviously tropics, it has its own impacts as well. So we're covering the whole entire weather, guys. And if it was wintertime still, we'd obviously be covering the winter storms and stuff like that like we usually do. But yeah, so that is actually what we are talking about. Let's go ahead and see here. Got some more people coming in here. Karen says, hi, Andrew. What's up, Karen? Hope you're doing good. So Karen, I don't know if you've seen my my comment response to you earlier. You were talking about if, for the members only thing. No, that's not going to affect you. We're still going to be doing, all the live streams like this, but just every single Monday from here on out, we're going to be doing a members only live stream to basically where we look at models and kind of break down things. If you guys do want to become a member, like I said, our link's in the description. You guys can check that out. Because like I said, from now on, we're doing Model Mondays. Every single Monday around 8 o'clock, we're going to be doing a live stream to cover that. So that's just what I was telling you guys about. But, these normal live streams, they're going to stay the same. Everyone's going to be able to talk. I'm not going to, do that to you guys. But anyway, so yeah, that is what we're talking about. Let's see here. Patrick says, hey, from New York. What's up, Patrick? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Shaw. Hi, recovering from 105 degrees today. Yeah, it's been really hot here as well here in Kentucky. Absolutely very, very smoldering. It's going to continue for the next several days as well. Really not looking forward to it. Not at all. Definitely is quite warm out there. Let's see here. First stream in 2022 hurricane season. Hope to see plenty more. Actually, this is not the first stream. Actually, like I said, we've already covered a bit of the, that first system. Was it Agatha to Alex? I believe we've already covered that, so that's what we are talking about. But yeah, so that is what we are seeing here. Let's see here. First live stream case. We just looked at that. Let's see here. Maple says, yo, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here, Maple. Okay, so guys, like I said, the verdict is, yes, this thing is going to become a hurricane by later on tomorrow. Kind of like I said, a little bit afternoon, after that 12 o'clock margin, it's kind of expected around 1 o'clock to be a hurricane. We'll see how this plays out. Like I said, there is definitely some intensification that is ongoing here. Like I said, currently clocking in at 50 miles per hour sustained, moving to the north at 5 miles per hour. So that is actively what we are seeing. So this thing is going to continue on a northwesterly track. As of right now, this system in particular is not expected to have any threat to land. Obviously, a few rip currents could theoretically be possible off the coast here of Mexico. I mean, obviously, because these storms like this, really spin up the, all the water that's there on the surface due to their winds and stuff like that. So obviously, yeah, rip currents would probably be the only main concern here for portions of the coast. Like I said, this is not going to be hitting the coast at all, though. So that's definitely some great news to hear about. But here's the thing, like I said, this is tracking its way up to the northwest, and eventually it is going to quickly, kind of weaken once it kind of moves into Friday. The reason is because essentially there's a lot of what we call wind shear that's going to be in effect, as well as there's going to be a lot of dry air that's going to start getting pulled up into the system. We'll take a look at the models here in a second. We'll discuss more of that here in a moment. But yeah, so definitely is something that we have got to continue watching here for a while. But as of right now, looking like there is no major impacts here on the land. So here's our wind speed probability. Now there's a possibility, a very small chance, that we could see maybe a few tropical storm force wind gusts being possible near the coast. They have it only at a 5 to 10% chance, which literally is a 1 in 10 chance. I'm not really worried about it, to be honest. Like I said, our main concern though is kind of basically just, like I said, some of those rip currents could be possible across those regions there. But other than that, nothing too crazy is expected here. So that is what we are talking about. Here's the hurricane force wind speed probability. You can see it's well far away from the coastlines. Definitely some great news. If there is boats that's out there, I'm sure there'll probably be a few vessels in the way. If there is, it would be recommended to travel around this storm and do not wait to go inside. But that is actively what we are talking about. Let's see here. Let's see. I got some more comments coming on here through. Let's see here. Jenny says, hello from Texas. Y'all, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Mary says, watching from Alabama. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. Is it clear there in Supermoon's kind of cloudy. Hope it clear in time. Okay, watch it rise. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The supermoon is definitely really cool to watch. That's for sure. Chris says, yo, what's up, Chris? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. So, yeah. So, like I said, guys, this thing is going to expected to become a hurricane here down the line. Now, let's go on back on out of the system. Now, you might notice, we do have ourselves another area we're watching here, directly south of the Yucatan Peninsula, basically just west here, northwest of Panama. I'd say at least probably 600 miles or so estimate, probably really far off, but I'd say probably around 600 miles or so to the northwest of Panama. Now, this guy actually has gotten upgraded. You guys can't really see this, so we'll go ahead and zoom this up a little bit. So, overall formation, this thing has a 50% chance, the 50-50 shot that this thing could develop into a tropical cyclone, being a tropical depression or a tropical storm here down the line through the next 5 days. Also a 50% chance it could happen in the next 2 days. So basically it's a 50-50 shot. You know, it's a half-half ordeal that it could turn into something. I think it could. I honestly think it could, but I really don't think anything crazy is going to happen on this system. As we were looking at the models yesterday, they're actually pretty crazy. This system is actually expected to kind of do a loop and kind of pull back to the east. According to the latest models, I haven't really looked at too many of them there. I waited for this we can talk about it live for you guys. But that is what we are talking about. You know, definitely something we got to definitely keep our eyes out here for, and we'll continue to watch it, continue to watch the tropics and stuff like that. So as of right now, like I said, 50-50 shot. It is, like I said, there is a bit more organization that is ongoing here. Like I said, it just still has a little bit to go before it can actually get the name. Like I said, if you guys do not know, it first is a tropical wave. That's basically what we're watching here. And then it goes into a tropical depression. Once it develops, it goes into a tropical depression. It's given a number, and then it goes into a tropical storm if it actually reaches that. Then after tropical storm, it goes to hurricane, which I really don't think this is going to become a hurricane. But so basically, it goes, there's a line. It goes from tropical wave to tropical depression to tropical storm to hurricane. If you guys don't know the line, that's how that works. So yeah, right now this is basically just a disturbance in the ocean. We're watching right now. This is what we are watching here currently. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Now, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the Atlantic. Yes, there is a storm here in the Atlantic as well, as you guys can kind of see down here, directly north of Panama. We are actively seeing ourselves a disturbance here directly south of Cuba. Now, this guy has an overall chance of a 40% chance of formation. I really do expect this to be upgraded as we do track down here a little bit further. There is a lot of model support and actually showing that this thing will actually organize, in which we really have got to watch this. Overall, I really do think that this thing could actually do something. Even though it's a low percent chance as of right now, I seriously actually do think that this could be upgraded here relatively soon, honestly. So, overall formation chance for the next week or 5 days is clocking in at a 40% chance. It's kind of unlikely, kind of less than likely. 50% chance is kind of, right where that likely zone is. Anything higher than is likely. Anything lower than 50 is kind of more unlikely at the moment. But it is an increasing threat. I will tell you that. It is increasing quite rapidly. So, I do expect this down the line potentially actually form here. Because, like I said, there's a lot of model guidance. There's a lot of stuff on this that's saying, hey, you know what? This thing actually might be able to do it. So, like I said, overall 40% chance. This thing is tracking up to the north. And basically, like I said, latest models are kind of showing it moving into the Yucatan Peninsula. Definitely something that's kind of interesting here. Now, some of the models do have it going past the Yucatan. Some actually showing maybe near a hurricane hitting the Yucatan, if not a tropical storm. And then kind of strengthening once again in the southern Gulf. We'll look at the models here right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at those here really quickly, y'all. So, moving on over here to the models. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and move it over here real quick. I think it looks a little bit better if we switch the views right there. So there we go. So here's our GFS model. I tell you what, my friends, let's actually move it down here to the let's move up to the Eastern Pacific, wherever that's at. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at those first few storms that we're looking at here right now. But that is what we are talking about. Let's see here. Got y'all. Let's see. Eric wants to know, hey, can I possibly go over tomorrow's severe weather threat in Wisconsin during the stream? Yep, I will. I'll definitely go over that here by the end of the live stream. Like I said, right now we're just watching the tropics. Right now we're just talking about that real quick. And then after that, yes, we will touch up on the severe weather that we are expecting for tomorrow. We're going to be live during that as well, by the way. So, right now, here's our GFS model. Obviously, like I said, this thing is strengthening. There's our area of low pressure right here directly south of central Mexico, just off the coast here. I'd say a couple hundred miles here. Now, as of right now, this thing is a tropical storm. Like I said, 50 mile per hour sustained winds. Now, as we do track down here for tomorrow, like I said, currently kind of around, like I said, tomorrow being the 15th, kind of, kind of around 1 o'clock, like I said, that we are expecting this thing to become a hurricane. Like I said, it is expected to. And then the system is going to track its way up to the northwest. Now, you might notice, like I said, there's that other little system down there. According to GFS, it's just kind of going to stall out. You know, it's really just going to kind of sit there, honestly. It's going to start to move pretty much just to the west here and then just kind of fizzle out, apparently. Latest model actually showing that a lot different, honestly. Okay, that's actually a bit concerning here. So latest model, actually, no, that picks up more on it. Kind of shifts it back to the east and then pulls back ahead to the west here. That's actually really concerning. So we might need to watch this over the next little bit. And of course, we do have ourselves our other system here across portions of the Yucatan. Latest GFS really isn't showing much on this at all either. As you can kind of see, that actually is a significant downtrend compared to what the latest models yesterday we were looking at is. That might be some good news. That actually might be some good news here. But obviously, yeah, it still shows that system kind of kicking off there. And that's kind of, you know, all we're talking about here for now. So that's what we're watching, guys. You know, that's what we're going to keep on watching here. Like I said, here's one model. That first system, yeah, I do expect it to become a hurricane here down the line. The second system, we got to watch it. Like I said, that latest model, latest GFS is actually kind of a bit interesting in what it's expected to do here down the line. Like I said, last time we were watching this, it was not doing, you know, it was not moving to the west here. It was actually just fading out. So we'll watch it. We'll see what this does here. So that is what we're watching here. Like I said, that is according to our GFS model. Now, we can't obviously just look at one model. We got to take a look at a few other ones as well. That's why next we're looking here at the Icon model. I want to go ahead and mention that this one does not go as far down in the future, but that is where we are watching. So we do track down here. Yeah, obviously this guy really kicks off here, moves to the northwest. Like I said, staying away from mostly land. Like I said, it is expected to become a hurricane, a Category 1 as of now here for tomorrow. That one system, yeah, kind of just sitting there too. Not really gaining too much strength. The one we're watching here just south of the Yucatan. That's that other disturbance we were watching in the far eastern Pacific. You know, that's something that something we got to keep an eye on though. But like I said, it's not really showing anything significant here. Obviously, some rain would likely be a problem here across the coastlines. But you know what? Yeah, I mean, nothing along the similar lines of what we're seeing here with Blast here. But that is what we are talking about. Let's see here. Thank you, Andrew. I did not see your earlier response. Good news. I can still get you blessings. Yep, that's what I was telling you. I would never do that to you guys. That's for sure. Let's see here. Jakey says, what's more destructive? Has faster winds, hurricane or tornado? Tornadoes have faster winds, but I will mention hurricanes cover a much more larger area, and plus, hurricanes can actually produce tornadoes. So yeah, overall, a hurricane has much more energy and is much more violent than tornadoes. Like I said, you know, tornadoes, like I said, the biggest I think we've ever recorded, El Reno storm, I heard that they clocked in at 302 miles per hour. That's the most I've seen so far. Obviously, yeah, hurricanes can't do that. The biggest hurricane I remember seeing, I think, was over 200 miles per hour. You got Hurricane Patricia there in the Eastern Pacific back in October 2016, I want to say. Am I right about that? Actually, let me just look that up real quickly. Let's see here. Hurricane. Let's see. Oh, that was 2015 apparently. Let's see. Yeah, Hurricane Patricia. There you go. So I was right about October. I was definitely right about October here. Let's see here. Is that right though? No, it was bigger than that. There we go. 872 millibar, and it had clocked in. Let's see. Let's take a look at Wikipedia. Obviously, a great source. It did show. Okay, there you go. 215 miles per hour. You guys can't even see that. Let's see if we can somehow get that in there. There you go. Barely you can see it right there. 215 miles per hour. Yeah, that's the biggest one I remember seeing here. Definitely quite a nasty storm. I mean, look at the eye on that thing, if you can even see it. Quite nuts. You can see that little pinhole right there. That little pinhole of an eye. That thing was crazy. Yeah, definitely a pretty nasty storm. So I was wrong. It was 2015, but still, definitely quite a crazy storm here. Definitely was pretty daggone crazy. Let's see here. But that is what we're talking about. Do I consider hurricanes to be like a really big derecho or just a hurricane? Jan, they're just a hurricane. They're not anywhere like a derecho. Derecho is basically just a long-lived line of storms that lasts on land for several hours. There's totally different mechanics going on with hurricanes and derechos. That's for sure. So yeah, so like I said, guys, that's what's going on with these models. So the main agreement between GFS and Icon is that, hey, this big system, this big guy, we're talking about Blast here, however you want to call it, is moving to the northwest here, and this thing is expected to become a hurricane down the line. Now let's take a look at another model. Let's try the CMC model. This guy, what's going on with you? So kind of showing the same thing, that that secondary disturbance we're watching here in the Eastern Pacific, kind of just fading out, like a lot of the models are showing here, and obviously this guy, continuing to move through, but once it reaches you know, once it moves further out into the Pacific, it's going to basically run into a lot of dry air, which is really going to cause it to get killed. So let's actually take a look at some other things here. Going back to GFS really quickly, let's pull up the overall moisture supply here. Let's try, there we go, 700 to 300 millibar humidity here. So like I said, the kind of the greenish blue color, that's showing you that you have a lot of moisture, a lot of moist air, a lot of humid air that's going on down there, and obviously the brown kind of showing a little bit different, more dry air and stuff. So you can obviously see this guy, yeah, kind of clocking in here at 978 millibars. That is indeed a Category 1 hurricane. So yeah, rapid development is expected to kick off here with this storm here, at least according to GFS Model. This thing is really going to kind of get a grip on itself and definitely is going to continue to truck here to the northwest. But look, as we start to kind of move into the 18th, you can obviously see how that moisture really starts to kind of fade out here. And eventually that, you know, that dry air will definitely get a hold of it and really kind of kill it out there, which is obviously not good. Definitely not good. Now, in regard to the system here, like I said, we are watching that one guy across, you know, like I said, eventually get across into the Yucatan. The latest model in GFS is actually showing a lot more weaker than it has, but there is still a lot of moisture here. There is still a lot of moisture here indicated, like I said, in the blues and the greens here. And in this little system, yeah, same thing for you. There's really, you know, moisture is not going to be a concern for any of these systems except for this guy, except for Blast, as we do track down here, kind of towards the 18th or so. So it's really not going to last too long. It's not going to have a really extended life into the Pacific. It's just going to run into a lot of dry air, and that's really going to kind of kill it out. But that is what we are talking about. Let's see here. But yeah, so that is what we were watching here. Let's see here. The strongest one I heard is Harvey and Katrina. So yeah, Patricia was, I think, the biggest one I remember. Like I said, 215 mile per hour sustained winds. You got to think, there's higher gusts than that too. That was pretty daggone nuts. And that pressure was in the 800. That was pretty crazy. Typhoon Tip, that was an older one, I think back in the 80s. That one was pretty monstrous. This was actually the biggest tropical cyclone that's ever been recorded. And it was also one of the biggest, too, in regard to strength, which is pretty nasty. Let's see here. Karen wants to know, any chance we could get rain here for any areas here in central Texas? We are in a drought, heat making it worse. So Karen, we're going to look at that here in a moment. We're going to take a look at the severe weather side. Right now we're just paying attention to the tropics here for a little bit, and then we'll move into the states and more in the inland portion. We'll get you covered here in a minute. Just remind me once we move into the into the states here. That way I don't forget, because I'm definitely known to forget a lot of things. But yeah, so that's kind of what we are talking about, guys. It's just something to watch out here for the next little bit. Let's take a look here at the wind shear too. Like I said, the areas here you kind of start to see that red and stuff like that. That's showing a lot of winds. And if hurricanes or any tropical systems inside of that really strong winds, it's going to shred it's going to shred it just like it's in a blender. It's really going to shred that storm apart. Definitely not any good news. Now, here's the thing. There's obviously a bit of wind shear going on with this, but honestly, it's not too crazy. I think that this storm should be able to still hold itself. Like I said, the main killer of this storm is going to be essentially that. Yeah, essentially those moisture content we're talking about kind of dying out here. Now the storm that's going to be moving over, let's see, the storm's going to be moving over the Yucatan. It kind of looks like that shear might become a problem down the line. You can kind of see how those higher shear values are kind of showing over the Yucatan as the storm is trying to push through. A lot of northeasterly moving shear, which is honestly probably going to really kind of shred apart this storm here a bit. So definitely something we got to watch out for. So that's kind of why I believe that the latest runs are kind of a little bit more weaker on that sense. It's just because of that. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at. Let's take a look here back at, let's try to go to, let's pull up, let's see. Let's go and pull up the winds here. So on this guy, so this is right here clocking in, like I said, we're talking, yeah, honestly, like I said, the latest models though is really kind of showing us, that really there's a lot of weakening going on with these systems here. Like I said, I have not looked at the models here at all. I waited to actually talk to you guys about them, and it's actually really kind of interesting to see, what's going to happen with this. Now, the latest GFS, what is going on there? Let's see. Let's pull up to the surface here. Latest GFS, okay, that's the secondary system. So yeah, honestly, I'd say to keep an eye on all these systems as of right now. Like I said, it's still kind of that flop flipping is kind of going between. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty decent. It's gonna kind of. There's a lot of unknowns still. I would just mention that there is still a lot of unknowns between the systems here. I mean, models are all over the place right now. Basically, is what you're seeing and stuff like that. So it's going to need additional monitoring. Like I said, the National Hurricane Center actually does have this thing out here. Like I said, at a overall chance of a 40% chance of probability of development here within the next 5 days. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out for, and 30% chance development here basically, basically over the next 48 hours. Something to watch out for. that is kind of what we are talking about, my friends. So that's what we are looking at. So, yeah, so that's what we're looking at in regard to the tropics here. Just a quick little update. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's go and pull up this site. This is our ensembles. I'm going to drag this to our other screen because, yeah, definitely quite crazy. You're probably wondering what the heck's going on the screen right now. So I tell you what, let's actually move back to our main screen here. That way we can look at some ensemble guidance here. Now, these are those, like I said, this is the tracks that we watch. Basically, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen those spaghetti plots in your lifetime. Now, these are basically just, you know, one model with a bunch of runs and where it could actually eventually end up in. So, let's move the sector here. I know you guys can't really see it too well right now. Got you covered, though. Let's actually move this over here a little bit. Not that far. That way we can actually, you know, show it on the screen here. There we go. It's a lot better. And we're also going to move this over down to global sector, and we're going to zoom in on both the Eastern Pacific and the Atlantic. There we go. So now we have a view of all three of these storms here. Here's the one in the Atlantic. There's that that secondary disturbance, and there's our big guy right down there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and loop this. We're going to play this down in time, and we're going to watch and see what this is going to happen here. So once again, this is the models. This is the ECENS ensembles. So basically, like I said, this is basically just one model with a bunch of runs. It ran several different times, and it's basically comparing basically what we're talking about. But yeah, so that is what we're watching. So we do track down here in time. Obviously, yeah, this is our big guy. This is eventually going to be Hurricane Blas, or Tropical Storm right now, Tropical Storm Blas currently. This is going to continue on a northwesterly approach. Like I said, there is really no concerns that this thing is going to be moving its way towards the coastline. Like I said, the biggest impact we could probably see just right out here, the coast of Mexico, is probably just, like I said, maybe some just rip currents could be a concern. Nothing too crazy is expected. Now this guy, like I said, this is our secondary guy. This one's just kind of, you can see all these loops. This thing is kind of just kind of expected to stall out for a little bit. But latest ensembles kind of does show it kind of kicking up to the northwest. It's kind of similar to what the GFS model had to say. But a lot of those do end up dying out here. So that's kind of a question at the moment. Is this thing going to survive long enough to move its way further out into the Pacific? Kind of a bit unknown here. And also this guy, honestly, it looks like that the Yucatan storm actually might be losing a bit of support. Yeah, it definitely kind of looks like it is. So we'll just watch it. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll watch and see what this is going to do here. Obviously, like I said, it's a big concern to watch out here for. The main one with potential impacts is the guy that's going to hit the Yucatan. But like I said, there is some good news with it. Like I said, there is definitely some great news with it. Is that, like I said, that there is kind of a dying down support of it. Let's hope it remains on that. Moving on down here, one more model here. This is from earlier today. Yeah, it really just kind of seems like that last run, though. That's the thing. It really just kind of seems like that last run was the one that kind of, just stopped favoring the potential system here. Obviously, you can see it's a lot more stronger on the latest, or the run before this from earlier today, kind of from earlier this morning. It's a lot more stronger hitting the Yucatan versus the latest run now, not really as strong. Let's switch back to the one earlier from today. So it seems like today's trend is that every single model that came out here is kind of showing to get a little bit more weaker and weaker. Obviously, yeah, our secondary guy we're watching on the far Eastern Pacific, this guy is still showing support of moving to the west, according to GFS Model. We'll watch it. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some other stuff, my friends. And after this, we're going to take a look at the active severe weather and stuff like that, and we'll be talking about all that. So, currently, like I said, right now it is clocking in at 1,000 millibars, quite decent. It is definitely strengthening here. Currently looking at 14.5 degrees north, 102 degrees west here, with a maximum sustained wind, like I said, of 50 miles per hour is currently happening. So that is what we are watching. Like I said, here's the latest scan. You can obviously see it just also above my head there. So that's kind of what it's doing. It is definitely, yeah, you can obviously tell it is rotating for sure. It's definitely really kind of kicking up in strength here. Now here's the overall here's our outlook here. This is our forecast cone issued by the National Hurricane Center. Now, like I said, this thing is going to become a hurricane. We are expecting it to turn into a hurricane by noon tomorrow, at least according to the National Hurricane Center. Like I said, the model guidance is actually quite firm on that. Depending on all the models, a lot of them really do support that this thing is going to become a hurricane. Like I said, potentially by tomorrow afternoon. Definitely something to keep an eye out here for. So we'll watch it. Keep our eyes out for it. Definitely a possibility. Now, the latest forecast models on this guy, like I said, none of it is having really any major concern here for the coastline, which is definitely some great news here. Here's the forecast intensity. According to those forecast models, honestly, like I said, this thing is definitely strengthening. You can obviously see that, that increase in strength. Some models actually kind of show it going towards Category 2, but the majority, if you follow the line of best fit, where the central point of all these models goes up into, it's kind of just clocking in around, kind of low, mid, in Category 1. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I really don't expect this thing to get any higher than Category 1. That's what the models are also agreeing on as well. But, that is what we are seeing here. Definitely, we're seeing a spike in intensification here through the next 2 days, and then afterwards it's going to start to get weaker because it's going to be running into that more dry air and stuff like that, and it's going to start weakening from there on out, and that's kind of what we are talking about. So that's what we're seeing here. Here's some more Ensemble data. Yeah, kind of showing the same thing. None of them really showed a concern for the coastline. Yeah, no big problems with this storm here, like I said, other than maybe a little bit of, maybe some rip currents could be possible. Now, for the guy in the Yucatan, like I said, this is currently what we are dealing with right now. Here's the latest hurricane models. So I think the main problem of why it's showing more weaker in the latest runs is because it's currently still over land. The models before were kind of showing it moving north here right around now, and it's still moving to the west here. So it's going to be kind of over land here, and it's not going to be able to get that strength it needs to really kind of kick off beforehand. But obviously, yeah, this thing is going to be crossing eventually into the Caribbean yet again, and then move its way over the Yucatan Peninsula into the southern portion here of the Gulf of Mexico. Now, theoretically, yeah, it could strengthen into something, further down the line once it gets into these waters. We just need to see how well intact the system is by the time it moves back into the waters before we can really get a good idea on it. But regardless, yeah, the track is still pretty set that it is expected to kind of move, basically just, south of, or basically across the southern Caribbean again, and then hit Yucatan down the line. That's kind of what we are talking about. Here's the intensity guidance. Obviously, kind of just in the middle of, kind of if you follow the line of best fit here, kind of just showing a high-end tropical depression, maybe even a, like I said, low-end tropical storm. Some models show it going higher than that. Like I said, the only one model, CTCI, shows it going into Category 1, but, that is kind of what we are talking about as of right now. There's really a lot of interesting stuff. There's still a lot of stuff to talk about here. Here's the latest scans on this system. Yeah, obviously, yeah, we have ourselves a bit of thunderstorm action going on here. Obviously, you can obviously see in the latest scans, there's a little bit of rotation. You can obviously kind of see it going on there. Yeah, you can definitely see that. So if you look in the latest scans here, if you look really closely, you can see how it's slightly turning counterclockwise. So it is definitely kind of kicking up in a little bit of strength. Obviously, yeah, still is quite disorganized in regard to, thunderstorm action. So there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with this. So, but that's kind of that is kind of what we were talking about right now. Nothing too crazy going on with this guy right now. But like I said, that's just what we're gonna watch out for. That's what we're gonna keep an eye out for here. And of course, we do have our other guy here on the other part of the Eastern Pacific. Like I said, this thing's just be doing a crazy bit of mess. I mean, all the models are just kind of all over the place. Like mom's spaghetti, you just put down on the table. There you go. All the noodles are all over the place. Pretty much what's going on right here. So basically, we're watching this here currently. All the models are really all over the place. Kind of just expected to kind of stall out, kind of just do a little bit of a loop, a roller coaster, at least according to this, or at least according to the models as of now. But like I said, there is a bit of extended support of it shooting back in further to the west into the ocean. We'll just watch it, and we'll see what happens with this. Intensity guidance here, kind of just showing, kind of clocking in here towards maybe around a tropical depression or a tropical storm here. So yeah, honestly, kind of that's what we're talking about. But guys, like I said, that is actively what we are seeing here. That is what we are watching, my friends. And, like I said, if you have any questions, make sure to let me know, guys. And we're going to be here for you guys. That's what we're here for. That's what we are here for. Also, the ensembles are quite crazy as well. I mean, look at this. There's just a bunch of noodles going all over the plate here. Pretty crazy. Pretty daggone crazy. So we'll watch it. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We'll mention that for the one storm here in the Atlantic, they actually are flying they're actually flying a Hurricane Hunter aircraft into it tomorrow morning. That's what I heard. Tomorrow morning, they're going to fly into it. What they do with that is they actually get some data, they collect data on it, and they feed it into the models. And that's actually great. That's actually really, really good because, honestly, that's actually great news because that'll actually give us more information. So like I said, we'll really need to watch out for this here for tomorrow. I'll have a better update for you guys tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to be live here again at 8 o'clock for tomorrow on the tropics. Like I said, if there's ever any tropical system out in the Atlantic or the Pacific, you better know that we're going to be there for you guys and cover it every single day that it exists because that's what we're here for. And we're going to be giving you guys all kinds of tropical activities or all kinds of tropical updates and stuff like that. But once again, like I said, I just want to thank you guys. I can't talk. I'm losing it. Okay, maybe I need to slow down a bit. Okay, so like I said, guys, thank you so much for joining us for today. You guys absolutely rock. Appreciate it. Yeah, it turns out if I talk a little bit slower, it actually does help out a bit. But guys, seriously, thank you so much for being here. You guys are the best. Appreciate your support for today. Now, I tell you what, since we talked about the tropics now, you know what time it is, my friends. Let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center. Let's see what's going on here for today. Like I said, currently we have a slight risk for severe weather. Tomorrow, going to be a bigger day across portions of the upper Midwest. into portions of Wisconsin. Okay, now here's where you guys, if you have any questions, here's where we got you guys. So, today there is a chance for a few tornadoes possibly happening across portions of southeastern Nebraska as well as portions of central Iowa. Same thing across portions of northern Minnesota and northeastern portions of North Dakota. Not the biggest tornado threat. It's actually the weakest one we have there. Nothing too crazy. Damaging winds is kind of our big concern here for today. Same thing for hail. So watch out for that. It's nothing extremely crazy. It's nothing like we've been seeing over the last few days. Not like that moderate risk we did see yesterday. But still is a possibility of some severe weather. And that is what we are talking about there. So that's what we're looking at. Now tomorrow's going to be quite interesting. Like I said, we are going to be live here tomorrow. We're planning at 4 o'clock. Now, like I said, don't be surprised if that time does change. We're just going to watch the weather, and once stuff really starts firing off here, then we're going to go live. So 4 o'clock's not certain, but that's just kind of right as of right now. That's where I'm targeting. So that is what we are talking about. So for tomorrow, tornadoes is going to be a big concern, my friends. We got ourselves a severe threat level 3 out of 5, and there is a significant chance for tornadoes being EF2 to EF5 being possible. Unfortunately, that's what this kind of black little net shows us, is that hey, these storms are going to be significant, meaning that they are going to be potentially extreme. And like I said, there could be some large tornadoes tomorrow across portions of Wisconsin, as well as the upper state of Michigan, as well as northeastern Iowa and southeastern Minnesota. Definitely a possibility. And if you're in any shade at all, I mean, right here, if you're in any shade, you got yourself a threat for tornadoes, stretching all the way down as far south as northeastern Kansas. So tornadoes will be a concern here for tomorrow. Definitely something to watch out for. Damaging winds, also a pretty nasty concern here. Once again, across portions of Wisconsin, the upper state of Michigan here, definitely got to watch out for it, my friends. Definitely is going to get quite crazy. We'll just see what this does. Also across portions of the southeast, leading up all the way into the northeast, possibility as well. And, of course, hail as well. Hail is going to be another major concern. And you're going to see there's another significant risk. Basically showing us that we could see some large hail events, maybe up to 2 to 3 inches or higher with some of these storms. Is going to be quite nasty. So, tornadoes and hail is our main concerns for tomorrow. And yes, there is a possibility that some of these tornadoes could be quite large. And once again, we're going to be live for you guys. So if you're not already, consider hitting that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated, guys. And I tell you what, turn on notifications. That way you guys can stay up to date with this. We're going to be covering this event live as it does unfold here for tomorrow. Like I said, we're planning around 4 o'clock here as of right now. But that is what we're talking about. Jakey says, don't worry, Andrew, I talk fast too. Yeah, that's the thing. Normally, I really don't talk fast in real life. I really don't. I'm sure my girlfriend will probably disagree, but I really don't talk that fast in real life. It's only whenever I go live for some reason is whenever I talk fast. I really don't know why. I think it's because I'm trying to get as much information out as possible, because the slower I talk, the less information I can get out. So I think that's why I talk too fast, and sometimes I end up tripping over my own words and stuff like that. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not perfect, but you know what? Definitely do try here, and that's what we are here for, is to, make sure that you guys are staying safe. Let's see here. Jen says hi. What's up, Jen? Corey says hi. What's up, you guys? Hope you're doing all right. I love your everyday live stream, says Jakey. Well, I'm glad to have you here, man. Greatly appreciated. Karen says, so it looks like Texas is still hot and dry. Can't last forever. That is for sure. That's for sure. Nothing can last forever. That's for sure. Let's go see where are the tornadoes forming at. Like I said, today there's a possibility of a few tornadoes across portions of Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota, and North Dakota. But for tomorrow, tomorrow is actually a pretty decent threat for tornadoes. Like I said, across Wisconsin, we have a pretty big threat here. So definitely something to watch out for. Let's see here. Hype wants to know, my uncle is at 62236. Is there any tornado threat for them? I got you covered. And here's, guys, is where you want me, if you guys want me to look at a specific location, tag down a, like I said, basically tag down a zip code, and we got you guys covered. But that is what we are talking about. Let's see here. So we got ourselves, you want me to look at 62236, 62236, right here across portions of Columbia, Illinois, right next to St. Louis. So your question is, let's see here. So you want to know about any tornado threat? You're good. No tornado threat. We're looking pretty good here. Just north of St. Louis is where this is existent. And your uncle, I think that's what you said, is south of St. Louis. Right just on the south side of St. Louis. So basically, yeah, he's clear from tornadoes as of the outlook goes. Now, obviously, I want to go ahead and mention that the outlook's not perfect. And yes, there has been a few times in history where a tornado has happened outside of it, but the chances are extremely low. The main of the tornadoes is going to happen here across Wisconsin. That's kind of what we're talking about here. Now, here's the thing. Also, damaging winds, though, not really concerned. I mean, your uncle's not even in the severe risk for tomorrow. So he should be okay. That's for sure. Let's see here. Bryson says, let's see here. Can you tell me the zip code weather for 77465? Got you covered, my friend. So let's take a look here at 77465. 77465. Right here across portions of Texas. Right here just south of Houston, my friend. So for tomorrow, you're not in any threat here. Looking pretty good here. Really over the next several days. Yeah, I mean, you're not looking at anything in the long range either. Yeah, there's nothing in the long range as of right now, but I mean, Mother Nature, it does, Mother Nature is a thing, and it will probably change, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, as of right now, there's no severe weather expected for you, my friend. You are looking pretty good. Let's see here. Okay, as we're talking about, let's see here. Red wants to know, am I good? Is zip code 72501. Got you covered, my friend. So let's take a look here at 72501, 72501. Right here across Batesville, Arkansas. Just northeast of Little Rock, my friend. So for tomorrow, no threat. For today, no threat. And yeah, kind of same thing for you, my friend. You're actually looking pretty good for the next several days. You're looking good. Let's see. Tornado says it's getting so hot and it's only June. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, obviously, yeah, we have July and August to go through, and that's the hottest times of the year. Not looking forward to it. I mean, like I said, it's already in the 90s. It almost got up to 100 today here in Kentucky, which is way too hot. I do not like the heat. I'm definitely a kind of warm-blooded kind of guy, and I always like the cold for sure. I've always been a fan of the cold. I can definitely handle the cold so much better than I can handle this heat. Absolutely crazy. I do not like the heat at all. But yes, as we're talking about, how will Columbus, Ohio be for tomorrow? So that's a good question here. So Columbus, Ohio, you're actually looking pretty good here. There is no threat, but there is a possibility of a few thunderstorms being possible. That's what the light green kind of shows us, is that a few storms could happen, but they're not going to be severe. They're not supposed to be severe anyways. The severe storms is only across portions of the green, the yellow, and like I said, the orange in this case for tomorrow. So definitely, yeah, this is our main area of interest right here across the regions here in Wisconsin. That's kind of our main concern here as of right now. That is what we're talking about. Let's see here. Raging says, nice stream. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciated. Jennifer wants me to look at 36264. Got you covered, my friend. Let's go and take a look here at there really quickly. Let's go and take a look at 36264. 36264. Right here across Alabama, just directly east of Birmingham. Okay, here's the thing. Tomorrow, yeah, you got to watch out for some storms. Like I said, you are kind of located right there in that slight risk. So this is actually not the lowest threat for severe weather. This is that second lowest, but still is a chance for severe weather. Now, tornadoes, not a concern. Don't got to stress about tornadoes. Not a big deal. Tornado, the only tornado threat for tomorrow is across the north, and you're far away from it. However, damaging winds and hail, yeah, that's kind of a concern for tomorrow. Look out for some gusty winds, maybe 60 miles per hour or more, with some of the storms nearby, if not over you, as well as some of the hail events, maybe being the size of quarters, maybe a little bit larger in some instances, with some of the storms, some of the worst storms being a little bit higher than quarter size. But honestly, I think you're going to be fine. Just definitely watch out on the weather here, and if anything crazy does happen, like I said, we're going to be live tomorrow on this. We're definitely going to be live here for this tomorrow. So let's go and take a look here. Got some more comments coming through here. Let's see here. Eric wants to know any idea about the timing of these storms. Like I said, we are planning on going live at 4, and that's what the models are kind of showing. Around 4 o'clock as of right now is when these are going to fire off. We'll watch it. We'll see what this does. Like I said, my stream schedule is kind of flexible. It could be earlier. It could be later. I really don't think it's going to be earlier because it takes, kind of around once we move into around the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock range, just whenever the atmosphere is at its full potential. So probably around 4 o'clock. Probably ultimately be the best idea as of right now. We'll go live, but don't be surprised if it does get extended if something's not happening or whatever, or if storm initiation is a bit delayed or whatever. That's kind of what we're talking about. Let's see here. I was walking outside today to school. Absolute torrential downpour. I couldn't see anything in front of me. I ran inside. That's definitely not good, Hype. Definitely glad to see you're okay, though. Let's go see. Sage wants me to look at 21161. Got you covered, my friend. Let's take a look here at 21161. See what's going on down there. 21161. Right here across Whitehall, Maryland. Okay, this is right here in Maryland, obviously. So, yeah, as you can see here for tomorrow, severe weather threat. Mostly just for, some small hail and maybe some gusty winds could be a possibility. Like I said, it's a really low threat. It's a 5% chance. It can't get any lower than that. That's just showing you. It's not a big concern here. A possibility of a few strong storms, maybe just severe, could be possible, but the chances of you actually getting it is pretty low. But just keep an eye on it. We'll watch it. We'll see how this. We'll see if this is. We'll see if this gets upgraded for tomorrow, and we'll see how the. How the environment. Leads up to it. We'll see what happens. Let's see here, but that's where we are looking at, my friends. Let's see here. What about Chicago? So yeah, Chicago, you're right there on that marginal risk line. Tornadoes possible, 2% chance, nothing crazy. 5% chance for hail and damaging winds as well. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Jake wants to know, I'll be going to mid-90s, or going to the mid-90s this week. That's what it was today, back down to the mid-70s. Yeah, mid-90s is nuts. I hate the 90s. 90s is horrible. Hundreds is worse, obviously. Karen says, fall and winter are my favorite seasons. Spring is third. I don't like heat either. Here's the thing. I love winter. Winter has always been my favorite. I've always loved the snow and stuff like that. But I love spring because of the storms. I love tracking storms. I love, doing live streams on storms. I also love, actually being in storms and stuff like that. But the main thing that drags spring down so far is allergies. I cannot stand them. I absolutely hate springtime because of that. That's the only thing that I hate about spring is the allergies. Summer's okay. Honestly, I'd rank it this. Winter number 1, summer number 2, third probably spring, and fourth probably fall. Fall's kind of a bit depressing, honestly. I'm not really a big fan of fall. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. Let's see here. Trying to go down here a little bit more further to latest comments here. But yeah, so that is what we're looking at. Let's see, is there going to be any rain in Seminole, Oklahoma City? So, as of right now, in terms of thunderstorms, no. It doesn't look like it. But, obviously, that's just based off of the convective outlook. That's just based off of thunderstorm potential. That could change, obviously. Like, we would have to dive into models, which we're not going to do right now, just specifically for that. But I will tell you, there is no thunderstorm threat for you. You're definitely looking pretty good here. Let's see here. I got some more comments coming through here. Let's see here. It was 95 degrees for me. Yeah, that's about the same here. It was actually pretty nuts. SD says, sometimes I kind of glad I'm in Southern California. No humid weather, just warm and dry weather. Yeah, I mean, that's complete opposite as areas here in the eastern United States because it gets really humid up here. And the main thing is because of this guy right here. If I can even zoom into it. Let me actually do this. It's this guy right here. This is the main cause of all of this miserable conditions, is the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is absolutely brutal when it comes to that. So, yeah, it's definitely quite brutal. Let's see here. It was 92 for me today. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Sage says, thank you. Very, very welcome. Let's see here. Raging says, hey, I just joined Discord. I want to be server mod, but see you. We'll see here. But you're not my friend on Discord. It's a request. Okay, thank you so much, Raging. Yeah, we'll talk about that after the stream here. Let's see here. Can the AC still work in temps of 100 and plus? Sure. It depends. Let's see here. Yeah, but so that's what we're looking at, guys. So, once again, y'all, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all of your support here for today. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated, y'all. Greatly appreciated. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on right now. I know this is not a severe weather live stream, but you know what? I really don't care. We're going to be looking at this anyways. So we have ourselves let's see, 5 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here currently. Some for Kansas, some for Texas, Minnesota, Nebraska. You know what, guys? Let me actually, I have an idea. I might end up turning this into a live stream coverage. We'll see. Let me see. Because I kind of want to go live for you guys today. Well, you know what, guys? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to call this a live stream here soon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live again later tonight. Okay? How does that sound for you guys? You want me to go live again later tonight? I could probably do that. Because right now, like I said, we were just doing our tropical update and stuff like that, but I really feel like I could probably do some coverage today. I mean, I'd honestly love to be here for you guys. I just love hanging out with you guys too as well. So I think we could probably do that. Sound like a good idea, y'all? But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. Let's see here. Jordan says, is there a tornado chance in 60111? That's a pretty easy zip code to remember. So let's go and take a look here at 60111. 60111. Right here across portions of Clare, Illinois. Okay, yeah. You, my friend, got yourself a chance for severe weather as we were looking. Definitely going to watch out for it. We will watch out for it, my friends. So yeah, definitely possibility. Like I said, tornado probability is there. Damaging winds and hail too. Lowest chances, but it's a possibility. That is actively what we are talking about. So yeah, that is what we are seeing, guys. Let's go and see here. Eric, thank you so much, man, for the super chat. Thanks for the info. Gotta head back to work. Have a be back tomorrow. Okay. Well, obviously, thank you so much, Eric. Greatly appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day at work. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. Greatly, greatly appreciated. So yeah, we will be back here. Like I said, I'm thinking around 10. I'm thinking around 10. It'll give me an hour to prepare, get everything ready, thumbnail wise and everything like that. We might call a late live stream tonight. What do you guys think of that? I think that sounds like a pretty good deal. It seems like you guys want me to do that as well. I think so. I think we're gonna do that, my friends. So I tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and head off here for now, since we're kind of cutting towards 9 o'clock. Actually, I tell you what. Okay, we're gonna cut it at 9 o'clock. We still have 9 minutes to go. So right now, if you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, we'll be back here later, obviously. We'll be back here because, like I said, I just want to be here for you guys. You know, I love hanging out with y'all. I mean, even if there's not any crazy severe weather happening, it's just, you know, it's just pretty cool to hang out with you guys. That's for sure. And you know, that's kind of what we are talking about. Let's see here. Jordan says 60115. Okay, let's take a look here. 60115. Let's see, 60115. Right across DeKalb, Illinois. So kind of the same thing for you. Yeah, definitely a possibility of seeing that. That is for sure. Alrighty, guys. You know what? I think that's. I think, you know, like I said, I was planning on just staying here till 9, but I really think we should. I really got to get ready for this live stream if we're going to do this. But guys, you know, thank you so much for being here for you guys. We're going to be here late for y'all. You know, I gotta get ready for this. So we're gonna be late, or we're gonna be here for you guys. Like I said, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. We'll be back here for you guys in regard to the severe weather outlook. Riley says, "How is 15748 looking?" Got you covered here. 15748 right here across. Let's see, Pennsylvania, Homer City. So you, my friend, this will be our last one here we look at really quickly. So for today. Nothing. Tomorrow, yeah. I mean, if you're anywhere across Pennsylvania, you got a possibility of a few storms. Tornadoes, though, luckily not a concern. Okay, that's good news. Hail, damaging winds. Lowest in threat, my friends. That's kind of what we're talking about. So, but that's what we're looking at. So, guys, we'll be answering more questions later. Like I said, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back here, guys, in a few moments, or yeah, about an hour. So we'll be back here in an hour. So we'll be here to give you guys coverage and stuff like that. Make sure you give a thumbs up, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. Share this with your friends and family, guys, so we can spread the word and get you know, more people, you know, alert with the weather and stuff like that. Greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for being here. Like I said, tomorrow we're gonna be doing another tropical outlook as well. Well, hold on, will we? Because we're gonna be live during the major event for tomorrow. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be doing a tropical outlook. I might just integrate it with our severe weather coverage at some point. You know, talking about the tropics and stuff like that, because yeah, I think I'll just do that, because we're not gonna have a dedicated live stream for that, because we're gonna be covering this guy right here. So tomorrow, not a separate live stream. It's all gonna be included in one. Day after that, let's see. Yeah, more severe weather being possible across the Ohio Valley. So I plan on being there too as well. Yeah, I'm going to be live here every day for you guys, because no matter what the severe weather is, I mean, it's still a chance for severe storms. And obviously, I want to be here, guys, you know, to help you all out with that. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciated, my friends. And I hope to see you guys later on tonight. Like I said, hit that subscribe button on the way out. Greatly appreciated, my friends. Hope you all take care, and hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. And I hope to see you guys later on. Thank you all so much for joining us, guys. Thank you for joining the tropical weather coverage. And like I said, nothing too crazy is happening right now. Like I said, we are expecting that to become a hurricane. Just a quick little recap. Yes, it is going to be a hurricane. You know, tropical storm Blaz right now currently. It is going to be a hurricane by noon tomorrow, at least what we are expecting here. Not any impacts on land other than a few rip currents being possible. And we're losing a bit of support on that one storm in the Atlantic. Might be a good trend, but we'll watch out for it for a little bit. That's our recap on the tropics, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'll catch you guys later on. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I'll catch you guys in a little bit.
The wind was west at 3 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.99 inches and steady. At Louisville, it was mostly sunny. The temperature was 92 degrees, the dew point 75, and the relative humidity 57%, producing a heat index of 103. The wind was southwest at 8 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.95 inches and rising. Once again, at Frankfurt, it was 90 degrees under sunny skies. Elsewhere around the region, at Covington, haze was reported with a temperature of 89.